In this video, we are going to see how to convert this PSD into the working HTML. You can see there's the header, logo along with the breadcrumb and the newsletter section, which is the form field. This is the PSD which we are going to convert it into the HTML with Bootstrap 4. Fine. The first thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new folder, and inside the folder I need one HTML file, one CSS file, and one image folder. Let me name it, that is PSD to Bootstrap 4. Let me open my favorite text editor. Here you can use any text editor. I'm going to use Visual Studio Code, so this is little handy for me. Fine, let me create an index page first with the name index.html. Let me paste it on the folder which I have created, and now this index file is in the folder. The next thing, we are going to get the Bootstrap template. For that I'm going to get it into the W3 School. So by default we can just copy paste the Bootstrap CDN, that is bootstrap.css and bootstrap.js, and we need jQuery file as well. So just by copy pasting we get all these files. So we are just going to modify the body section. Let me change the title to UI Monk. It's my YouTube channel. Fine, let me open it. You can see just the title has changed and the body section is blank because we have not added any tags inside the body. Fine, now you can see, let me paste the script tag in the bottom, so which is a good practice. That means my page would get loaded, my HTML will get loaded first and then the script tag. That's why I have pasted it on the bottom. Let me create the style.css file, and let me paste the images. We just need one banner image. You can see there is one banner image over there. So in our current folder we have one HTML file, one CSS file, and one image file. Fine, let's start the project. The first one I'm going to create is the navigation bar. You have We have the let's create the basic structure with the UL and LI. We have four links, so that means four list item. So links would be links are usually the anchor tag. That's why I'm placing the anchor tag inside the list item. You can see there are four links: home, about, projects, and contact. Let me rename it. And finally the contact. And you can see there is a logo over there. And let me place the logo inside the anchor tag. So if you see, this is how it looks. Now what we are going to do is we are going to convert these links into the Bootstrap 4 navigation. If you want, you can go to the Google and type the Bootstrap 4 navigation, and this is the design we are going to create it using the Bootstrap. So for that, what we are going to do is I'm going to surround this navigation. Let us give the navigation a class called navbar brand. So your logo is a brand, that's why I'm surrounding it. This is the Bootstrap default classes which you have to use in order to get such design. So I'll give the UI as navbar nav, and the class for the list item is navbar list, sorry, nav icon list. Just paste it for all the list item inside the UL of the menu. And there would be a class for anchor tag also. It is nav link. You have to copy paste these classes to all the links available for the navigation. Now if you see, there would be the change of color because we have added some styles to it. Let's get into the browser and check. You can see the styles has changed. Now what we need is, I'm going to surround these brand. This is our anchor tag and list, unordered list item, unordered list, into a tag called navigation, and it will have class called navbar that should expand only on the medium devices. And before giving the color, let me show you this is how it looks. Let's give the dark color so that it stands out, and we will modify it in our style sheet. Background would should be black, you can see. Fine, we have created the navbar in the Bootstrap 4, and this is not responsive at present. You can see in place of links we want the button. So for that, let's create a button, and this button should have an icon. So let me give the span a class navbar toggler icon. So if I refresh and show you, in between there is the icon over there. So in place of links I want the button. So let's surround the links with a div, and this div should open and close when I click on the button. So for that, let's give the class navbar toggler, and data toggle should be collapse, and data. So these all things should come inside the button, not on the div. The class, the data toggle attribute, and the data target attribute should come inside the button, not on the div. So once I click on it, I want the div to get collapse and show. This is the data attribute. When I click on it, I want the div with id collapsible navbar should get open and close. So let's give the id to it, and let's give the class so that it should get default get closed on mobile. So the class collapse will do it, and then the navbar collapse. Now if you check, it is working fine. Now it's time for the breadcrumb. To add breadcrumb for the basic HTML, let's add an unordered list. We have two list items which are links. Links are usually the anchor tag. So it has two links. The first one is home, and the second one is contact. So this is the basic HTML. Now let's add the bootstrap class. Let me change the name to contact. So this is how it will look. So if you want, you can go to the Google and type and get the classes for bootstrap 4 breadcrumb. Let me show you how to get it. So this is a page where you can get the bootstrap breadcrumb code. So the ordered list will have breadcrumb, and the list item will have class breadcrumb list. So let's give the ordered list as breadcrumb, and let's give the list item as breadcrumb list. Sorry, breadcrumb item. Sorry for that. So this is the default breadcrumb. This is how the default breadcrumb in bootstrap 4 looks like. Now you can see these two sections are inside the container. So let's add these two sections inside the container. So the first section is navbar, and the second section is simply the ordered list. Let's surround it with a div, and let's give the class container to it so that we can get margin on left side and right side. Now you can see there is the background color black with opacity, with some opacity. So let's surround it again with a div. Let's give the class as overlay, color, and again we have the images. We will surround it, we will place it into the header tag. So very first thing what we are going to do is we are going to give the background image to the main parent. As I have already shown you, we have a image folder. It has bg of a photo or file, or you can say image with name bg. And let's see, the minimum height as 11 rem. Now let's take the overlay color. It will also have the minimum height as 11 rem, and let's give the background color as black to see whether the background color has changed or not. Now let me go to the inspect and change the opacity by clicking and decreasing the transparent. Fine. Now just paste it in place of black. So this is black with opacity. Now what I need is, I want the image to, to have the position center. So we can give top, bottom, left, right, initial, inherit. I'm going to choose center, background position as center. So you can see. Now let's design the menu part. Menu is inside the navbar. Navbar is inside the container. Let's give the position relative to container. We will try it with position absolute. That may not much work, but let's try. Inside container we have navbar. Let's give the background color as transparent. We have to override the bootstrap code, so exclamatory important is really important, is needed to override the style of the bootstrap 4. I have added margin left auto. By doing it, it has pulled the links to the right side. Now we are going for the breadcrumb, and I have added transparent background to it. Let's give the color as white. To override the bootstrap style, we have to add important. Let's see why it's not working. It's a link, so we have to give the color to the link, not the breadcrumb. The breadcrumb is simply the ordered list. As said, let me try the position absolute. The position absolute is not going to work. Let me remove it. I have added margin top to breadcrumb and margin top to navbar. Let's try with the position absolute. Both of them are going to stick together. Now what I'm going to do is, you can see previously we have used margin left auto to pull the links to the right side, but now it's not working because of the position absolute. Now let me remove it. It's working fine. Let's decrease the padding top. Let me try the padding bottom as well, so we can get some space between top and bottom for the breadcrumb. Now let's style this nav link and give the color white. To override that, we have to use important. Bootstrap has already given gray color to it, and I'm going to give white, so that's the reason why I'm giving important. Let's add the font weight. Let's change the font. Now I would like to add the font Poppins. So let's type the keyword, and you can see, choose your favorite one. This looks fine. Now click on the embed You have to just include this link in the head tag, and you have to give the style also that in body I want all the element to have the font family which we will get in the Google. You can see, just copy paste it. Fine. Now all your text will have the font family pop-ins. Now let's add the font weight. Here we are going to add 600 to the links, and let's give the margin right as 1 rem so that we can get some space on the right of the links. And now I'm going to make the text uppercase, so for that text transform uppercase will work. And let make the brand as well text transform uppercase, and I'm going to give font weight, and I'm going to change, let's give the font size as 1.5 rem. Let's increase by making it 2. Yeah, that looks fine. Let's check its, let me remove the margin padding top. Previously we have added 3. Now let's make it 1 or 1.5. Now again let's decrease the padding to the breadcrumb. Previously we have given 7. Now let's make it 4, and that looks appropriate. Now let's give the text transform uppercase to the logo as well. Now let's color the active links. For that we have to add class active to contact as well as the breadcrumb. So the active will simply have the color orange. So if you refresh it and see, it's not working. Let's check why. We have to override it. It's getting the style, but this color is getting overridden. So let's copy the rule and give the same style to it. Now it should work. Now let's check the breadcrumb. You can see all the links is getting blue color. That's the reason why anchor tag is why the breadcrumb is also getting blue color. Let's choose the parent and let's choose the list item, and inside list item we have anchor tag which will have class active. So let's give the color to it. So there is a mistake. The mistake is the active is not in the anchor tag, but the active is in the list item. So I have to rearrange it in the CSS. You can see the breadcrumb item and active are on the same line. Let me remove it, and inside the active we have an anchor tag. I have to specify the anchor tag also. Let me try it by giving breadcrumb, and inside breadcrumb we have anchor tag. So let's give the color white to it. That's what I did it. Now we need a slash. You can see the slash is by default getting the grayish color. I need the color of white. Let's copy this whole rule and paste it in our CSS. We are overriding the bootstrap code, so we need to give important exclamatory important. Now you can see the slash is of white color. Previously it was gray, and we have overridden it in our style sheet. Now let's see why it is not orange color. Now what we need is the active. The anchor tag is inside active. So you can see active has anchor tag inside it. So the anchor tag will come after active class. Now it will work. You can see the next thing. Let's give the font weight as 600. Now that looks fine, close enough. The next thing, let's give the font weight to navbar links or font size as 13 pixel to match with our PSD. The next thing is for the form field. Now let's comment it as newsletter section. We're going to start the new section newsletter in the HTML. So for the basic HTML, it is a row which has 3 columns. So you can see it has 3 columns and it's a row. Let's create a row with 3 columns, and each of them would be of 3, 6 and 3. So the total is 12. The first one is paragraph, and the second one is input field, and the third one is simply the button. And above the row we have a heading. So let's have the heading above the row. So these are the form field, but we have button and we have input field. That's why I'm surrounding the row with form. We have added the heading as well. So if you see, start working here is in the paragraph. So let's create a paragraph and add a text start working here, start working together. And we have an input field, input type equal to text, and we are going to add the bootstrap class form control, and we are going to add the placeholder. So the placeholder text is enter your email here. Fine. Now we have button, and this button will have class ptn just to identify it, and it will have a text subscribe. Now you can see these are inside a container. Why it is container? Because we can see there are left and right, there is a space around, so we can say it's container. I will paste it into a section. Previously it was header, now it's section. So let's give it a class called newsletter. Previously we have given header as id, now it's newsletter as id. Now this is how it looks. We just need to add padding. You can see there is some space between the banner and the, so let's give the margin bottom as 5. It's a class, not the id, so create a class and give the class padding bottom as 5, padding top and bottom. 5 means top and bottom, and now that's working. The next thing is, let's copy it and give it to the heading. Let's make it 3. We just need the bottom padding bottom as 3. Fine. Now the next thing is, let's give the color bold, or you can say let's add some boldness to the heading just by adding font weight as 600. We have used 600 and 400 only. For paragraph we have used 400, and for heading we have used 600. Now you can see, let's choose the paragraph inside the newsletter. Now let's design the button. You can see the button is of full width. Let's choose a button inside the newsletter, give the ID, and then choose the button inside it. The class btn defines the button. Let's give the background color as orange. To get the full width, we are going to give the width as 100%. If you wish to give padding, you are free to give padding, but in this case I don't think padding is required, but let's try. Let's make it 18. That doesn't look nice. Let me make it 15. It does not fit the input field, so let me remove it. Let me add. Let's give the hover effect to it. When I hover it, I want the background to be black and the color should be of white. And I need a smooth transition, so you can see it is quickly changing. Let's give the true smooth transition from changing orange to black in the 0.5 seconds. Now let's give the input field. Let's try to give the input field padding so that it fits the button. That doesn't fit. Let me remove the padding. Let me try to change its value. It's not working at all. Let me remove it. Fine. Now let's give the bold for the paragraph inside newsletter. Font weight, let's try it 600 this time. So that looks matching. Thank you so much for listening. Get the source code in the description.